Hey guys, I am the Comics Kid 2099, and it's been a little while since you've seen my face. Last week, my video output was lessened a little bit. There are a few reasons for that, roughly 3. One, about a week ago, I accidentally destroyed my finger. So that is not nail polish, that is a bruise underneath the fingernail. It doesn't hurt as much now as it did when it first happened, but when it happened, I was not very confident in my ability to type or really use the finger in any meaningful way, and maybe that sounded a little crude. It wasn't meant to be crude. And anyway, I just wanted to take a little bit of a break. So last week I did a video roughly every other day instead of every day except for Sunday. Sunday has almost always been my rest day, but I took a few rest days last week. So partly I just wanted to take a break from making videos for a little bit, and the second thing was my finger was destroyed. I wanted to let it heal a little bit. Spoiler, it really hasn't, but it feels better now than it did. And the third reason that I haven't made as much videoage is because I just made a new word. I was reading a lot of X-Men stuff over the week. I have been hesitant to review X-Men books on this channel. I did a few last fall, but I have kind of had this idea in mind that I wanted to review a whole slew of X-Men books in order, starting around the turn of the millennium. So starting around Grant Morrison's New X-Men and Joe Casey's Uncanny X-Men, and moving more or less in order toward where we are now. And so I didn't want to review a book like I read X-Men Necrosha and X-Men Second Coming. I read both of those last week, or rather it was this week, but by the time you see this video it will have been the previous week. I read both of those and I have thoughts on them, but I didn't want to make videos about those things because in the future I would like to do a massive series of X-Men videos. I feel like that would be really fun. I feel like I could get my opinion out there on some of these X-Men related things. I am a huge, gigantic X-Men fan, and I've let that shine a little bit in some of my videos, but not as much as I feel like I could. So sometime in the future, you will be seeing a huge series of X-Men reviews of the graphic novel sort. But that future is not now, if that makes any sense at all. So that is really the third reason. I was reading a whole lot of X-Men stuff, trying to get caught up on X-Men. Spoiler alert, I am not caught up because the last thing I read was Second Coming, and that storyline was from 2010, I think, near the end of 2010. So up next, I will probably be reading Rick Remender's Uncanny X-Force, but I am still missing, I think, 2 of the trades in that series. I ordered one and it will be on the way. The other 2 will not be on the way as soonish because they are a little bit pricier than the one I just ordered a few days ago. So once I have all of Rick Remender's Uncanny X-Force, I'll be reading through that series. I'm really anxious to do that because I've heard a lot of people say that it is awesome. I hope that it is. So, what is the purpose of this video other than updating you guys? I wanted to let you guys know I have fallen in love with a television show called New Girl. New Girl stars Zooey Deschanel. I don't actually know how to say her last name. It's either Deschanel or Deschanel. I don't know. She's the girl, if you saw the 2005-ish movie Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, she played Trillian in that movie. If you saw the sci-fi original movie Tin Man, actually Tin Man was a miniseries, it debuted over the course of a week. If you saw that, she was Dorothy's descendant, like granddaughter or great-granddaughter. She was in that. Here's the funny thing. I didn't really like Zoe D in either of those productions. I really didn't care for her as Trillian. I liked that movie, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I liked it quite a bit. I just didn't really care for her very much. And then in Tin Man, I have to be honest, Zoe D, if you are watching this, I hated it. I hated Tin Man. I really didn't think that she was that good. And then came along New Girl. I saw on Netflix's homepage that it was being advertised at the top. I had seen an advertisement for the show maybe a week ago, and before that, I don't think I had even heard of this show at all. So I just on a whim, I clicked the advertisement, started at the beginning. In the span of about 2 1/4 days, I finished the series. It has had 2 complete seasons so far, roughly 24-ish episodes in each season. The 3rd season is happening now. It comes on Tuesdays where I live. I don't know about you guys. I'm sure it also comes on Tuesdays on the Fox channel. And I am digging this show, guys. A while back, I did a missed opportunities video on the television sitcom Three's Company. And I said in that video, I feel like Three's Company should have been a love story in the making between Janet and Jack in that show. Of course, if you're unfamiliar with that show, it was a dude living with 2 girls in an apartment. The blonde girl was kind of replaced a couple of times over the course of 8 or 9 seasons, and Jack and Janet kind of had chemistry, but then the show never went there. And that was what I felt like was a missed opportunity. I felt like they should have made that a slow-building romance between the 2. And that was a big sticking point for me. I haven't really watched a whole lot of Three's Company since making that video, but then I discovered New Girl, and I realized New Girl is basically what I wanted Three's Company to be. It is the story of Zoe D. She is a new girl in this apartment. She has 3 male roommates. In the pilot, one of the Wayans brothers is one of her roommates, and he was the only actor that I recognized. Then after the pilot, they get another guy to replace him because the Wayans brother was in the show Happy Endings, which I've seen a few episodes of, and it's also pretty funny. But the Wayans brother not in the show anymore. So Zoe D is basically the most high-profile actor in this show. And basically, she is living with these 3 dudes, so it's kind of the reverse of Three's Company. And this show, this is a little bit of a spoiler, so if you are planning on watching the show, and let me go ahead and say, watch the show, guys. If you value my opinion at all, go watch this show. If you have Netflix, the first 2 seasons are on Netflix right now, and then you could probably go and catch the other 2 episodes that have appeared from Season 3 on Hulu for free. By the time you get through the 2 seasons, you could probably do that. So anyway, a little bit of a spoiler. My thumb is going up. While my thumb is up, spoilers will be coming out of my mouth. So anyway, this show, over the course of 2 seasons, is the slow-building love story between Zoe D's character Jess and one of her roommates, Nick. Very much like what I said that Three's Company should have been. So, thumb is going down, and the spoilers are not coming out of my mouth anymore. So anyway, I just wanted to let you guys know, this is my favorite sitcom right now. Sitcoms are kind of a touchy subject with me. I can burn through one in a kind of quick amount of time, but then I will also lose my patience with one as well. I watched How I Met Your Mother. That's probably one that I stuck with the longest because it took me maybe a year to get through 5 seasons that had aired, and then I watched roughly 2 seasons of the show as it was coming on TV. Then at the end of season 7, I hated it. I hated this season 7 as a whole. I just really hated it. So I stopped watching that show. I used to watch Big Bang Theory, stopped watching that show. Used to watch 30 Rock, I stopped watching that show. I watched a handful of episodes of Arrested Development. That really wasn't my bag. Basically, sitcoms, they either work for me or they don't. Sometimes a sitcom will work for me and then it will kind of go downhill. I used to really love Parks and Recreation, and then around the beginning of season 4 I just wasn't digging it anymore. I used to love Community, and then about halfway into season 3 I wasn't digging it anymore. I really hope that that is not the fate that New Girl holds in the future. I have really been loving what I have seen of New Girl, but like I said, spoiler, Nick and Jess are now together, and it's only been about 2 episodes since that's officially been a thing. I really hope that that doesn't destroy the show's dynamic. I really hope that we don't have that undone, or that this doesn't lead to some status quo breaking cataclysm that destroys the show. I don't want that to happen, guys, and if you love me at all, you will not want that to happen either. Notice how I slowly phased my thumb out of the screen? That was pretty shway, if you ask me. Anyway, I'm using Batman Beyond lingo. I think that means this video needs to be coming to a little bit of a close. I just wanted to take this moment to talk to you guys a little bit about this new show that I love. I am in love with this show. Anyway, that is about all I have to say. I am recommending that you watch this show, and I will see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. You can't see, but this desk that I just knocked on is made of wood. Hopefully, I will see you guys tomorrow with another kind of video, and I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one.
Monkey, monkey, where you keep your crackers?